What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah and your boy Raza coming at you with another video for the channel. And welcome back to the Brown Boy Sports Talk. And then today, guys, we are talking about a blockbuster trade that happened today in the NBA. Before we do that, Raza, how you doing, man?
Doing good, bro. How you doing?
Doing great, man. I can't wait to talk about it. Before I get into this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more NFL and NBA content as we try to push out as much fire content out there as possible. And let's get straight to the video. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah and your boy Raza. Atlanta Hawks trade for young guard, 24-year-old Dejounte Murray from the San Antonio Spurs. Raza, your initial reaction, who won? Do you think Dejounte was worth more than what the Spurs received?
Man, it's crazy. So I was out the whole day, with my family, and I'm sitting at a place with my family, and I have like my notifications on for Twitter, right? For Vogue. I see my phone and it says the Hawks are trading Danilo Gallinari and multiple future first-round picks for Dejounte Murray. I'm like, why would the Spurs do it, right? And then when I see like Dejounte average like 21, 9, and 8, like almost a triple-double at 24 years old, he's like a future, he was an all-star this year. He's like I think he's gonna be a multi-time like all-star in his career, He's extremely, extremely good defensively too. He fits great with Trae Young. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it works because Trae Young, since like even in college, he was the only guy who, who was the ball handler in his college days. That's why he became like the 5th overall pick in the NBA draft. And then DeJounte, once DeMar left, DeJounte's usage rate it was at 23% when DeMar was there. And then when DeMar left, it went up to 28%, which is one of the highest in the NBA. So he had usage rate basically means he had the ball in his hands this like percentage of the times. So that's a lot, People like James Harden and Russell Westbrook have the ball in their hands like 35% of the times. That's a lot. So 28% is a lot for DeJounte. So it'll be interesting to see how like they work it out because they both are used to have the ball in their hands, and they both are not like Trae Young is not like a Steph Curry who's gonna like run around and catch and shoot and stuff like that. He's more of like, I'm gonna have the ball and make plays, whether it's like facilitating for other people, whether it's like a lob to Collins or Capella, or it's like a kick out three, or it's like a floater game or a step back three, that's his bag, that's what he does. And then DeJounte, he's not a great 3-point shooter. He's like a 34-point, like 3-4 shooter, He's like a little above league average, which is like 33%, but he's not like a great like catch and shoot. He's not like a Klay Thompson or like even like a Desmond Bain. He's not like those kind of players who's like, he's not going to be like a Kevin Huerter who's going to be like, you go in the corner and then you can get the ball in your hand like sometimes, He's going to be like right up there with Trae Young, who's going to have the ball in like his hands like most of the times with Trae Young, obviously. So it'll be interesting to see how their fit works. But defensively, I love it.
DeJounte is a dog. Mm-hmm.
With DeAndre Hunter. Hunter is really, really, really good defensively. Those two, because Trae Young, like we all say that Trae Young is a great offensive player, but he's kind of a liability on the defensive end considering his size. They say he's 6'1", but no, he's like 5'11". He's 5'11" with 190, 185. He's not like he's still like not he's like he doesn't have his man's body yet. You know what I'm saying? So putting him with DeJounte Murray, who's like an all NBA defensive type of guy. Hunter is developing into a really, really good defender. Clint Capella is always a good defender. So it like allows them to play like better team defense around Trae Young to like when he like to lower his liability, when they're going up against like if they're playing like the Blazers, like a Damian Lillard, DeJounte can guard him, DeJounte can guard 1 through 3. So he's like a very versatile defender.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming to the Spurs side of this, at first, my initial thoughts were like, why would they trade a 24-year-old all-star player who averaged 21, 8, and 9? And it's not like they're going to rebuild. Like, he's not 30 or something that they're going to trade him. But they did get 3 unprotected first-round picks.
That's huge.
That barely happens. 3 unprotected with a swap. Unprotected means whatever pick they have, you get. Like, it's not like a protection on it, which is like if they
top
are
5,
between,
top 3,
if they're between the seed, you get this pick, whatever. It's not like that. It's unprotected, which is a big thing, which barely happens in the NBA now. So I don't know, like Spurs, I don't know what they're doing since they have Greg Popovich. I don't. I think they're like gonna like suck next year, going for like a
Tank.
draft
Hmm.
pick, basically. Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see how the Spurs like side of things work out. But I like it for the Hawks for sure. Getting Trey Young like a great player with him.
And going back to the Spurs, what's interesting is that they didn't have to trade John Collins or Clint Capella or any of those other guys. It was just Danilo Gallinari, a guy who's getting up there with age, who's still solid, but again, Danilo
And he's on an
Gallinari.
expiring contract too.
Yeah, it's just I don't get it. And for the Hawks, I mean, we talk about them. They have these pieces. Do you think they'll be a big threat in the East? To a team like Milwaukee or Brooklyn?
I don't see them being a championship contender like they were like a couple years ago. Like they beat Philly, they beat New York Knicks in the first round. They got to the Eastern Finals, but then they lost to the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them being like I don't see them contending, but they're not gonna be like fighting for a plane. I think they're gonna be like a top 16 for sure, considering like their young youth. And then they still have Okongwu, bro. He's really good. Like backup center wise, he's really good. DeAndre Hunter. They still have John Collins, as you said. I don't like John Collins is one person that I don't know what like if you trade him. We all have seen reports over the last couple of years that the Hawks want to trade him. He wants to be traded. He's frustrated with the Hawks, but like we don't know what his value is. He's a young player, but he's making a max. I don't think he's like I don't want to say deserve, but like I don't see him as like the one of the best young players in the NBA. I don't know what his value is. So like, but they still have John Collins, Kwangu, DeAndre Hunter, Kevin Herter, Trey Young, Dejounte Murray. It's a really, really good like group of guys. I think that can really like work together and be like a top 6 seed. Not a contending team though.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And maybe they get someone else in free agency to better up the team, and they could maybe compete with Brooklyn or Milwaukee. But it's just when you have teams like Miami, Cleveland's still young, Charlotte's up and coming. It's tough because the East is getting better. It's not like those years when LeBron was dominating, where it was just LeBron and everybody
Celtics.
else. Yeah, Celtics too. Oh my God, the Celtics. They just literally lost the NBA Finals, but they're still young with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and their head coach. I think for the Spurs, I think they're really tanking for next year. And a guy that everyone's talking about is that kid from France, Victor, the 7'2" guy with the 7'8" wingspan. I mean, he's got it all. I just imagine another foreign player in the Greg Popovich system ends up becoming, the next great legend. But I mean,
they're trying to go after DeAndre Ayton too.
Yeah. Oh, DeAndre Ayton as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Dejounte, I mean, a new home in Atlanta. Him and Trey. Where would you rank them when it comes to backcourts?
I wanna put them like 5th or 6th. Like they're right there though. Like, what do you think? I think they're like top 5, top 6 though.
I think top 5 as well. 6, yeah. 5 and 6, yeah. But we'll have to see. Like, they just have to translate it on the court this upcoming season. But the Hawks,
on the paper,
man,
they're top 5. Yeah.
On paper, yeah. But we'll just have to see next season. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the Dejounte Murray getting traded to the Atlanta Hawks. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more NFL and NBA content as we try to push out as much fire content out there as possible. And yeah, before we're out, you want to say anything, Razu?
Yeah, man. Tomorrow is going to be exciting. Free agency begins tomorrow. Hopefully, Lakers make some moves. I know Wizards not doing nothing. So, y'all did something.
Well, the Wizards got Will Barr and Monte Harris. I'll tell you that, man.
We didn't do that, We got Russ back, man.
Hey. All right, guys. Peace.